you know, but I am not cognitively impaired. You know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in New York City, right? And Alex, you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York, and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison. This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, not Wendy, because you're there, it's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window.
And, excuse me, through my money, you know,
Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Pop Q Culture. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about Wendy Williams, who has had a talk with the Breakfast Club. And you wouldn't believe all the things she said about her current situation with the conservatorship. We have a video, we have an audio for you guys that you'll get to listen to. So stay until the end. It is incredibly sad and crazy what Wendy Williams is going through right now. You know, for those wondering, you know, what it looks like for Wendy Williams to being in her situation right now, there is a movie on Netflix that depicts what Wendy is going through, types or signs or conditions of what Wendy Williams is going through in terms of the handling of her as a person and the handling of her and her finances, because that's what a conservatorship is. You know, they take control of you. They put you in a house, not a house, but a property with other residents, and it's usually when this happens, the people that are behind the conservatorship often go after people with money. Through that, they also make money, and so their center remains active and functional, right? Because you know, businesses run well when there's money flowing in. And so they prey on rich people like Wendy Williams or like Britney Spears to put them in a situation where they declare them as incapacitated, meaning not able to take care of themselves and being in danger to themselves and that whole bit. And all this thing goes to court and the judge signs off it. For some reason, the system is broken and it has to be fixed. There's one thing that we wanted you to do is make sure that when you post this or you comment on this, hashtag free Wendy Williams, because she needs to be freed from this system. She has lots of family members that can take care of her, lots of family members that can be behind her, next to her, support her. She needs to live her life and enjoy the money she's worked so hard for. If you are interested in the movie that we spoke about, it is called I Care a Lot, and it's basically a story of a woman living by herself, and she's rich, and so the conservatorship people were put on the job to actually create situations to make this older lady look like she's incapable of taking care of herself. As long as they are able to prove that, a judge can sign off it, and the conservatorship center can actually take this older lady in the center and therefore have control over her money. So it gives you a whole idea of what the whole system looks like. We don't even know why this exists in the first place. It should be banned. If people have families and stuff like that, it shouldn't be even allowed. That's our take. Free Wendy Williams. Let's go hard for her. She needs it. And last time we did this, it was for Britney Spears, and she's now free and she's living her best life. So let's try and do this for Wendy Williams. Without further ado, take a listen to what Wendy Williams said. We love you for watching as always. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's when someone is in charge of making decisions on your behalf, but usually because the conservatee is not able to make decisions for themselves. Wendy can make her own decisions. She is not cognitively impaired. She is not incapacitated. She is being taken advantage of.
Right.
Wendy, tell us what's going on.
First of all, to start with, my niece Alex knows a lot as well, you know, but I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in New York City, right? And Alex, you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York, and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison. This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, not Wendy, because you're there, it's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window.
And, excuse me, through my money, you know, I had this person buy the TV, you know, the kind of TV I like, through this person, because all of my stuff is in storage. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's in storage. And by the way, that was to sell my apartment. But anyway.
Is the person your guardian? Is that who you're referring to, your guardian?
Yes.
Well, you know, Sabrina Morrissey is her name. A&E Network and Lifetime were sued by Sabrina. She claims they exploited you in a vulnerable state. They exploited your condition, and I'm putting condition in air quotes. You signed to do that documentary without your consent, but A&E and Lifetime countersued and said that Sabrina realized the documentary would question the quality of her own guardianship. It actually says in the lawsuit, it appears that Morrissey is misusing her position as a guardian of Williams to silence criticism of her controversial and failed administration of the guardianship. They even used the words guardianship abuse. What do you think of that?
Me and the person that you were just talking about, this guardian person, we watched that 4-part thing on TV together. She was the one who wanted to do that. So I'm watching and writing things down, and she's watching and writing things down, and I saw all of that, by the way. And what do I think about being abused? Look, this system is broken. This system that I'm in, you know, this system, it has falsified, a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They said you're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
Right. I just want to underscore what you were saying, Charlene, as well, and that is this is still a legal situation. So, yes, there are things that my aunt just can't talk about. Yeah. There are things that we as a family can't talk about. That's right. You know? But I think that the thing that we can talk about is the fact that my aunt sounds great. Yes. I've seen her in a very limited capacity, but I've seen her. We're talking to her. This does not match an incapacitated person.
Not at all.
And she, like, that's why we say she's in like a luxury prison. Yes. Because she's being held and she is being punished. All I'm saying is just treat the woman with dignity. Absolutely. And give her the freedoms that she deserves.
Well, let's say let's say what Wendy wants. Wendy wants to be, you know, released out of this conservatorship, but she wants to be in Miami with her family, with you, Alex, and with, you know, the rest of the family, her son. She wants to be in Miami. She's made this known. She's, you know, told everybody she needs to tell. I don't know why it's not happening.
Let me just say about Miami, okay? The entire family now lives in Miami, and my son is doing such a great job. He graduated, and I was in Miami, and that was about a month ago.
Yep.
Alex, talk about the great time that we had and seeing my dad. We all went out and had like a party at one point. Yeah.
Your dad's going to be 94 next month, right?
Listen, my
dad.
Well,
that's a whole nother conversation.
94, that's a whole nother thing. Like, I don't know whether I'm allowed to fly to Miami to say happy birthday to my dad, to get him. Well, that person that you talk about who's holding me hostage.
Sabrina Morrissey, your guardian. We got to say her name. We got to put her name out there.
I don't know that she's going to let me, because she already said to see my dad for his birthday. You know, he's going to be 94. So, and please continue to talk, Alex. Go ahead. Yeah.
She may not be able to come down here for my grandfather's 94th birthday. Every day is not promised. Right. One thing that I know that my aunt wanted, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, she wants to be here for his birthday. Wow. And the fact that they're playing games about my grandfather being able to see his daughter and my aunt being able to see her father, I'm sorry. That is just absolutely sickening.
Like, I'm exhausted thinking about what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? You know, at 94, you know, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised. You know, I have things from my dad that's in storage. And there are little things that I say, you know, I'm not going to give it to him, but I'm going to sew them and make them so that they look perfect on me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know how to sew. I've known how to sew for years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance. You know, I want to go to Sephora and pick and choose. What? I might not be.
Yeah.
My life is like fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Alex, do you think that there'll be some type of retaliation from the Guardian because of you know, maybe this phone call or because of wow.
We talked about that. You know, my aunt, even with her wanting to come on, we talked about all scenarios. I said, you know, do this. You're ready for what's on the other side. And as she said, I have to do this. There's nothing else I could do at this point. She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah. And, you know, you all, what you're hearing now, this is a few-minute clip of what we've been dealing with for the last several months and she can get moved and we may not even know where she is.
Wow.
That was the reality of where she was during the documentary. We weren't permitted to go see her. So this whole documentary aired. Nobody's able to call her. Nobody's able to see her. You know, the reason why I was doing the stuff with The View and Good Morning America was because she was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
In the meantime, you know,
what are we going to do about that?
Listen, here's the weird thing, right? And while you're on The View, right, I got the telephone number. I could call Joy Behar, but my number is with The Guardian. I could call my friend Rosanna Scotto. I could call Fat Joe. I could call Alex. My number is not in storage, but my Guardian person has my phone.
Right.
God damn.
Alex, let me ask you a question.
Excuse me, has had it for 3 years, by the way.
She's had your phone for 3 years, and she got control of all your bank accounts and everything? Wow, okay, you're right. Yeah, okay. Right.
Now, Alex,
but that's what the news report said. The news report said she has control of your bank accounts and everything.